Hello everyone, and welcome back to Conquer the Frontier at the New Frontier. We have reached episode number 33, Nordic and I, and we're in September of year 4. It's good news because our sorghum in the furthest part of Veterans Parkfield is ready to harvest now, so Nordic and I are starting by our dual Massey Ferguson 3640s to get the harvest underway. And that is our actual last harvest in terms of grain crops this season. Just to check that the harvester is all good. Yeah, everything is checking out. We'll have to go around the back of it because Nordic is just driving out there. Don't want to get run over. So we'll hop in, get fired up. Oh, need to raise the header. There we go. We don't have a header trailer for this as the header's quite small. And I don't think this harvester has a rear attachment point for any trailer. But yeah, we're going to head over to the sorghum field first of all. I think we're going to grab that small red trailer with the Massey Ferguson tractor. So we'll be back for that, but let's head on to the field first and foremost. Nordic is a little ways ahead, but to the right we have a section of Veterans Park, which we harvested a couple months back now, and that is needing to be drilled. So Nordic and I have got some drilling plans. It's the prime month to drill wheat and barley. We drilled some canola in Creekside field last month, so yeah, we need to get these fields drilled, and Longfield as well. Unfortunately the weeds have come through, which is a little bit annoying. And on that topic, we have some weeds in Creekside which we will have to spray, but I will wait for Nordic to return with the tractor and trailer. Here he comes over the misty horizon. We'll move out of his way so he can pull up and park somewhere suitable. Now the plan is, after we have harvested this sorghum, which has grown very quickly, that's main reason why we did actually plant the sorghum, so it had a quick season cycle. But yes, the plan is we are going to merge these three little parts of Veterans Park to make one field, which will be excellent. Right, Nordic is lining up. Oh, it looks like he's ushering me to take the lead, so what we'll do is we will fire up and lower the header. I'm going to go this way round so we have the pipe on the outside. There we go, the header has raised up because it has detected that we are harvesting sorghum, as yeah, it kind of chops it halfway up really. It leaves quite a sizable piece of stalk. There is no straw as byproduct, so yeah, we haven't got any of that logistics to deal with. So yeah, we'll get this field nicely harvested. It'll be interesting to see how much sorghum we have got, and see you when we're finished. Nordic making his way back over. That's the sorghum harvest completed. And I have one correction to make, really, which is that I mentioned when we started harvesting that sorghum does not have a byproduct of straw. But of course, Nordic and I do have the extended straw enabled, which means that we would have got straw from the sorghum as a byproduct, and it was actually spitting out the back of my harvester when we started, but I did change it to chop up the straw so it wasn't going to be swathed. Now, for some reason, I'm unable to bump my tractor up into second gear, so I'm just going to pull over to let Nordic through. Seems like my usual paddle on steering wheel is not shifting the gears, which is really annoying. Maybe if I go down into stop and try start again, it will... Oh, there we go. Starting the thrasher and then turning it off again has jumped it into third gear. I have no idea why it is doing that today. Interesting times. Yet with the sorghum now harvested, I think Nordic is running whatever he may have left in his hopper back to the silo. We'll go grab the tractor and trailer and see how much sorghum we have got in the silo. Nordic and I are running a bit of a fine line with how much capacity we have got in the silo, as we did get the silo extension to get another 75,000 litres, but I'm sure that will quickly run out, especially when we've got some good yields like we had with that sorghum. Okay, let's get ready to reverse in. And oh, I think we had the harvesters in this bay. Yes, we did. And I'm thinking that might be the last season where we have these massey harvesters. It would be nice to upgrade in the next crop season. I know we just purchased a second one of these, but yeah, we can look to sell them and get some larger harvesters to make the job a little bit easier. Oh, I think Nordic's a little bit tight to the post there. No, he's actually all right. Yes, interesting thing is the header has aligned itself to the top of where it harvests the sorghum, so lowering it now does not lower it down to the ground. I'm sure it'll be the same case with Nordic when he does it. Yep, there you go, down to sorghum height. It would be nice if we could maybe install a mod that allows us to configure the header height, but yeah, all good. Right, better dash back and get the tractor, Nordic, hadn't we? Short dash back to the tractor, and this will be another full trailer, 7,600 litres. And yes, you can see in the sorghum that we've just harvested, the stalk height that is actually left post-harvest, it's very high, as it just harvests the top pods of the sorghum. And apparently in real life, if you were to harvest sorghum stalks, it does completely gum up the harvester, as the stalks are quite thick, and yeah, not good for actually getting processed through a harvester. So yeah, makes sense why in the base game you cannot get straw from sorghum. But yes, we did not want any more straw. We've got plenty of straw over by the cow farm, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get a mixing wagon later on today so we can start to make total mixed ration. We've got all the ingredients now: hay, straw, silage, which is excellent news. Right, let's deposit this load into the silo and we can see how much we have got. Got 24,919 litres. Very nice indeed. Right, let me move the trailer and tractor off just in case we have anything to drop off in the future. I might just actually put the tractor and the trailer here just to speed up a little bit of time. Okay. Right. Next job, just been chatting with Nordic, is to weed the Creekside field, which has canola in, which we drilled last month. Now, this portion of the field, which is the ploughed section that we extended, doesn't have any weeds, but the original area of the field does have weeds. So yeah, a very quick spray to get that nicely herbicided and zapped away. Is Nordic in the tractor? No, he is not, but he is going to be driving, so we'll wait for him to jump in the Fendt Xylon, because of course we have the wonderful Fendt Xylon spraying apparatus. So, oh, I've accidentally gone into the steer. There we go. We're in with Nordic. He'll have to drop off the front loader, grab the sprayer, and yeah, sort out the equipment so we can get to spraying those weeds away. So let's get that done, shall we? And we have merged, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, we managed to herbicide up Creekside rather nicely and moved straight on to grabbing a plough and merging up the 3 separate parts of Veterans Park into one nice big field. So that is excellent. Nordic is zipping back to the yard to drop off the plough. We'll pick up the John Deere 455 box drill and we can get on with drilling either wheat or barley. Christ, I think Nordic nearly took out a deer just then. He's not got much patience. We've got a busy afternoon of jobs to get both the Veterans Park and Longfield drilled. And yeah, we'll have some wheat and barley crop in those, which is really nice. I might just take the opportunity to hop out and move the steer out the way for Nordic. And yeah, the reason why we're not using the steer is because both of us can't fit in there, whereas both of us can fit in the Fendt Xylon, and we only have the one drill. So yeah, just so we get to sort of take part and see the drilling in both fields, Nordic and I are going to use the Fendt and take turns to drill. One of us will drive and one of us will be passenger, and then we'll switch over. Right, we'll see what crop Nordic is going to select and also what field he is going to select. There we go, he is changing. He's got wheat selected. Fantastic. So yes, so I'll see whether he's going to go to Longfield or to Veterans Park. Any guesses? Well, he has switched up to barley and he is going into Veterans Park, which is the first time we are drilling as a large connected field. So let's get the barley in. Hopefully we don't run out of liquid fertilizer. And we'll see you when we're done to switch over. go. Nordic is raising up. That's the barley nicely drilled in Veterans Park, the nicely new extended field. We had to nip off to the store to get some fertilizer, didn't we, Nordic? But some Wally bought herbicide by accident. That would be me. So yeah, we've got a good amount of herbicide waiting down at this store as well, which is fun and games. Right, what I'll do is I will circumnavigate the field, as I don't want to be driving over what we have just drilled. I will select wheat as, yeah, oh, I think the drill is still on. There we go, we want to turn that off. And select wheat. There we go. Cool. Now, this was a rather large field to drill up. It did take a little bit longer than anticipated, but that is because it is nicely extended. 3 fields merged into one, and yeah, it's still called Veterans Park, and its constituent parts are no more. It is just one large field, so look forward to harvesting that. And Nordic and I were talking that next season we are definitely going to have to do some harvester upgrades, because otherwise we would really struggle. Right, no point going up to the top corner of the field. Might as well just unfold, and unfortunately, unfolding this drill does mean that it stops the tractor dead, because I think it fouls the ground. Right, wheat is what we have got selected. We should have enough seed and fertilizer to see us through. So let's switch on. Drive on in, lower away. There we go. And we can head on in to get this wheat nicely put into a long field. Right, we are done. Wheat is in. Terrible drilling on my part. I missed so many bits there. It is a little bit deceiving sometimes when in certain views to get everything well covered. Right, what we are going to do is drop off the drill and also the pallet fork on the front loader on the front xylem, because we are going to give that to Nordic, who's going to use the Massey and its front loader to hopefully do some bale loading over at the cow farm. And we are going to drop off the drill and take the fence xylon to go buy a front loader bucket and also a mixing wagon, so we can do some total mixed ration. That is the plan. So yeah, we've got all the ingredients. One thing I didn't mention is mineral feed, which I think may still be an optional component of total mixed ration. We will obviously see as we go. But yeah, now the drilling's done, we can move on to getting the cows up to 100% sort of feed utilization and feed quality to make the most amount of milk. Right, let's get this fully backed up, and oh, this was on still. Oh dear. Dropped the pallet fork. That was a bit silly of me. Let's reattach it. There we go. And we want to drop off the drill. There we go. Right, and then what we can do is drop off the front loader for Nordic. We'll drop it off there. Excellent. Right, we will see Nordic over at the cow farm. I think that's everything we need. beacon on and we can head over there. And whilst we do head over there, I should mention that last time I think we were asking for some suggestions of names for our cow farm. Might have been last time or the time before that. And we've had a suggestion from a Shadow Box, and his suggestion was to call it Holstein Holdings, which is quite appropriate because we've chosen Holstein cows for our dairy cows. So yeah, I like the sound of Holstein Holdings, has a nice ring to it. So yeah, the dairy farm will be called Holstein Holdings, but I'll probably still call it the dairy farm or Holstein Holdings interchangeably, no doubt. Right, so let's get over to the shop so we can buy a mixing wagon and a front loader bucket. So for mixing wagons, we are going for the Anderson Solutions for the Smarter Farms A700, which is 49,500. It can take 23,800 litres. Needs 150 horsepower to run the mixer. And yeah, we're going to buy this. There is a bigger version, but we are going for the smaller one. And to pick up our silage, we are going to get this Albert fork with grapple, which can take 1250 litres and costs 2,900. So let's buy this. I'm going to back up and pick up our mixing wagon first. There we go. That's quite a good size and fit. I think the bigger one is yeah, much longer and potentially would have been a bit of a struggle for us to pull fully laden, so probably better that we went for the smaller of the two. Oh, that is annoying. I've gone to the wrong side of the silage grapple. Swoop in and pick that up, and we can head on back to Holstein Holdings. Made it back, and we're not at the dairy farm. We are at the silage bunker first of all, because that's what we will need to fill up first. And yes, we'll need to open the bunk that's got 98,000 litres of silage in. Let me just drop off the silage grapple, because Nordic will need to put that onto the massey. There we go, we can drop that off like so, and need to find a suitable place to line up so Nordic can easily unload. I'm thinking besides the bunker like this, so he can sort of pivot and load as he goes. There we go, we have filled up with silage. We did 30% and then 50% hay, and now an extra remainder of straw, and we've got, I think, about 28,000 litres of total mixed ration. So I'm just dropping that off into the cow feeding area along here, which is lovely stuff. And hopefully by the end of this row should have deposited all of it. Oh, there we go. I think did I? Yep, just a little bit left to deposit. There we go. Reached the end of the feeding area. Fantastic. So the cows have now been fed with total mixed ration, their productivity should go up to 100%. Nordic has kindly opened this gate to allow a nice throughput, which is absolutely fantastic. Nice and efficient this cow farm is so far. Right, let's stop off there. Hello Daisy, hope you're keeping well. Well, there we go, we can see that we have some more feed in here now. 23,000 litres, but that is the good stuff, the total mixed ration. And we can see that by looking at the animal pen, where we've got our lovely cows, 50 of them. And yeah, they're all 20 months now. The hay that we put in there looks to have completely depleted, so Christ, these cows are going to be feeding like crazy. Good news is we've got 8,380 litres of milk already, and they'll be producing even more now we're up to the 100% productivity with total mixed ration. We've got good health, so that is lovely. And yeah, oh Christ, we're producing quite a good amount of slurry, 18,000 litres, so we'll have to start ferrying some of that to the BGA, and yeah, we'll have to look at getting a milk truck to do some milk deliveries. But there we go. That has been an interesting day with a mixture of harvests, merging some fields, drilling, and then doing some total mixed ration for our cows. But that is it for today. Hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, remember to check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of today's session. And if you've got any tips, tricks, or things you'd like us to do, then feel free to leave a comment. All that's left to say is I hope to see you again next time on Conquer the Frontier at the New Frontier. And until then, catch you later. Cheers all. Bye-bye.